Hey guys, welcome to the CO visit. Colin here once again. My trusty coffee with Rudolph. Well, thank you for clicking on this video. Deep thinking, independent thinking is encouraged, but as long as you're thinking what we tell you to. See, this is what the Watchtower teaches, and this is not a supposition, this is not a hypothetical situation or an exaggeration. This is exactly what they have in print. Now, it's interesting today that I was always checking in on jw.org to see what little gems I could find today, and this is what popped up. It's interesting here that it says, first of all, just to give us a little bit of background. Here's a Watchtower from 1959, and it's talking about Ireland, and it says the following: the Irish were discouraged from reading the Bible on their own. For centuries, the clergy have dominated their lives, told them what they can read and what they should believe and what they should do. To ask a sound religious question is a demonstration of a lack of faith in God and in the church, according to the clergy. As a result, the Irish do very little independent thinking. That's amazing, isn't it? That's Watchtower speaking about how the clergy treats their followers. Now, you could easily replace any one of those words, any one of those names, with the governing body. The governing body has discouraged us from reading the Bible on our own. For over a century, the governing body has dominated our lives, told us what we can read and what we should believe and what to do. To ask a sound religious question is a demonstration of a lack of faith in Jehovah and in his visible organization. According to the governing body, according to the governing body, and as a result, Jehovah's Witnesses do very little, if any, independent thinking. That's amazing. And you know what, guys? We've seen this over and over and over again. You've seen it in other videos. You've seen quotes directly out of Watchtowers. There's any number of citations from the Watchtower saying that nobody should judge you about, for leaving your religion, for example, for changing religions. That's a personal decision. Everyone is free to do that. And even go so far as to say, sadly, families are divided and broken up because a member decides to change their religion. Wow. Really, Watchtower? You don't say. I guess it's, if you can't beat them, join them, right? Because that's exactly what you do. It's okay if people leave their religion and come to the Jehovah's Witnesses, but you can't leave us. Because then we will divide your family, you'll be shunned, you'll be judged. Everything that you have said about other religions, you also practice. Hypocrites. So there was another video here, very interesting, because it talked about, there was another article about should children read. Very interesting. Should children read? And it's just gushing, talking about the benefits of reading. And in one paragraph, it even says, reading is beneficial because it promotes deep thinking. Deep thinking. Sounds a lot like independent thinking, critical thinking. Be careful there. As long as you're reading their literature, then it's beneficial and it's good for children. Now, I don't know what's more disturbing than, like the thumbnail, seeing a picture of governing body members like Stephen Lett hugging your children. That's disturbing. I then stumbled across another video. This was really interesting. There was a man of African American persuasion by the name of Ralph Walls, who is a part of the, it says he's a helper to the personnel committee. Okay, now I don't exactly know what the personnel committee is, but it sounds like to me that rings of Bethel HR. He gives a talk, and he says don't confuse your mental capacity and mental abilities with thinking ability. Thinking ability is not independent thinking. Okay, thinking ability is not independent thinking, he says, which Satan promotes. Had to get that in there. He said, which Satan promotes. One indication of independent thinking would be questioning the counsel that we receive through the faithful slave. Counsel that includes music, pornography, going to clubs and other nocturnal establishments, and alcohol and other matters. So what was that about? Back to the Watchtower 1959, the clergy have dominated their lives, telling them what they can read, believe, and do. And then he goes on to say, maybe it sounds like this. I know how to handle my own problems. I can handle my own life. It's my decision. And then he goes on to say this. Independent thinking may come from your own brothers and sisters at times. They may say to a sister, for example, you're still just a housewife. Times have changed. Why don't you get a job? Get a career? Oh, be careful. But that's so interesting. The double standard, the double moral, the hypocrisy is just staggering. Because they don't want sisters becoming independent. They don't want sisters getting a job, earning money for themselves. And they talk about times are changing, or times have changed. And yet, did everybody forget already? My Jehovah's Witnesses have such a short-term memory. Did everyone forget the 2023 annual meeting already? When the pants changed, women can wear pants now, and you don't have to wear a tie anymore at the Kingdom Hall or a suit coat. And you can wear beards now. Why? Because they recognize that times are changing, the governing body king said. They base that on changing times. Cultural things have shifted now. And yet that's not valid. You can't use that argument or that reasoning when it comes to a sister wanting to get a job. Guys, this is Jehovah's Witnesses, my friends. This is absurd. It's absurd. But you go along with it because you've let your thinking capacity, your thinking abilities be controlled by what the governing body tells you can think. Oh, when it comes to beards and all of that, the pants and all that stuff, that's okay. As long as that keeps sisters happy and they stay at home. But if all of a sudden you want to go get a job, then it's independent thinking has crept into the congregation. Ooh. Unbelievable. And then they said also going on, how this might creep into the congregation. Pioneering isn't for everyone. You need training to survive in this world. Yes, you do. Didn't we learn that lesson already? You need to take care of yourself. You need to support yourself and make money and get training, because you know what? Watchtower won't do it. They will not take care of you. They don't care about you. If you think they do, ask the brothers out in California, how are they doing today? How's it going rebuilding that house, brothers in California? Have you gotten aid yet from the governing body? Or is it just helping you to get back to your worship? Yeah, I'm sure that helps a lot. And then he says, here's another one where independent thinking can creep in. This is the one that the cherry on the cake. Somebody might say, the way to help my disfellowshipped relative is to stay in contact with him or her. That's independent thinking. That's from Satan. But whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. Put the brakes on. Hold on, Brother Jackson, King Jackson. Weren't you the one under oath at the Australian Royal Commission that said, we don't disfellowship people, they leave us, we don't tell them to leave? Oh, but oops. You see, this is what, guys, you're on a website, a public website that anyone can go to and listen to. When you say that stuff in court, and then you say this in one of your videos, you're lying. You're lying. Okay? Just like the clergy were doing, controlling people's lives, telling them what to think, believe, and do. You do exactly the same. And you know what? You have clergy too, because you admitted that. So it's all the same now. Clergy has always done that, and so do you. Hypocrisy, my friends. Hypocrisy 101. And there's no better place you can learn that than from the Watchtower organization. I rest my case. Thanks for watching this episode of the CO Visit. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Won't cost you a thing. And give me a like too while you're at it. See you in the next one.